indicating an intention to use it against the agent or others. Those two things. Okay? Either have a weapon or trying to get a weapon, and you must have circumstances that indicate they're going to use it against you, the agent, or somebody else. That's use of deadly force scenario number one. If you can articulate this, you're going to be good to go. You're going to be justified. If you can't, you better hope you got one of these others.
2, the subject is armed and running to gain a tactical advantage or cover. 3, a subject with the capability of inflicting.
It's to shoot a human adversary.
Circumstances indicating an intention to use it against the agent or others. 2, the subject is armed and running to gain a tactical advantage or cover.
The subject is armed and running to gain a tactical advantage of cover. So the guy is running with his weapon. He's obviously running away from you. He's got a gun. Okay, a weapon. That's another justified use of deadly force.
3, a subject with the capability of inflicting death or serious physical injury or otherwise incapacitating agents without a deadly weapon is demonstrating an intention to do so. Or 4, the subject's attempting to escape from the vicinity of a violent confrontation. To do that, you need to know what the deadly force policy is. First, subject possesses a weapon or is attempting to gain access to a weapon under circumstances indicating an intention to use it against the agent or others. 2, the subject is armed and running to gain a tactical advantage or cover. 3, a subject with the capability of inflicting death or serious.
Approved. What? So for the next week, I'll see what it really takes to become a special agent, and at the end of the training period, I will put
difference in
Load it up. As we clear the pistol
positions where you have to make,
which is why I did not shoot it first.
and it's really important to do it.
Shoot it first. Didn't feel like he was going to kill.
As a night custodian.
Access to a weapon under circumstances indicating an intention to use it against the agent or others. 2, the subject is armed and running to gain a tactical advantage or cover. 3, a subject with the capability of inflicting death or serious physical injury or otherwise incapacitating agents without a deadly weapon is demonstrating an.
Wow, that was hard. A subject with the capability of inflicting death or serious physical injury or otherwise incapacitating agents without a deadly weapon is. The bottom line is this one here. If the person can inflict or is attempting to inflict serious physical injury on you, okay, even if they don't have a weapon, you're still be justified to use lethal force. Okay, so they don't always have to have a weapon.
Intention to do so, or 4, the subject's attempting to escape from the vicinity of a violent confrontation in which the subject inflicted or attempted the infliction of death or serious physical injury.
Well, I get to say, FBI, put your hands.
So the other one is somebody is fleeing from a violent crime where they've inflicted serious bodily injury. Okay. So the point I wanted you guys to have those down. There's 4 in that FBI policy, 4 times an agent can use deadly force. Okay. 4 times. Person doesn't necessarily have to be armed. She's going to go through scenarios, simulator training. That screen is a simulator, and she has to react. Another thing I want you to watch for is command presence. What is command presence? Does she have it or not? Yeah, go ahead. What is command presence? What's command presence? Come on. What? Okay, that she's in command. How do you show command presence? You're confident in what you're doing. You're not like, oh, okay, stuttering, stammering, You're using your big boy or big girl voice. You're showing confidence, not arrogance, confidence. I know what I'm doing. I got this under control. If you get squirrely on me, I'm going to be able to handle this, whether I'm a female or a male or whatever. You don't have to be the giant dude with bulging muscles to have command presence. I know lots of females that have a ton of command presence. It's how you carry yourself. Listen to her when she goes through this and try and tell me, does she have a lot of command presence?
In the mirror.
Yeah, you should. You better. And it's really important to do it forcefully.
Like, how do you say it?
Like, FBI, put your hands up. Now, put your hands up. Let me see your hands.
This man is wanted for an attempted kidnapping 4 days ago. You are now in the building where he works.
I like that.
custodian.
Can you articulate what you did?
Who the hell are you and what are you doing here?
FBI, don't move. He did not comply with verbal requests.
I don't care who you are. This is my building, and you're not authorized to be here.
He already had a weapon drawn. It was a knife, and his other hand was visible, which is why I did not shoot it first. Didn't feel like he was going to kill us in that moment. Put the weapon down and put your hands up.
This building.
I didn't like that. I did not like that. I did not like that.
It does get your heart rate up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And you know he's not actually a threat. When did you draw your weapon?
As he was running at us.
Do you think you could have drawn earlier?
Yes.
So what's the benefit of drawing earlier?
It might scare them more into not escalating.
Yeah, might be more persuasive, right?
Don't let them talk. This isn't a conversation.
Yeah.
This is you giving commands. You have to be aggressive. If there's any kind of equivocation in your voice, the criminal will know it. They are very adept at knowing weakness.
This man is a janitor in the local TV station. You and your team have come to arrest him for a bank robbery in which he used a demand note but displayed no weapons.
FBI, don't move.
I don't know who you really are, but if you want some trouble, I can give you some.
Pepper spray. Okay, I'm not gonna shoot, but I'm gonna do pepper spray. Oh my God. Okay, wait. What?
He just took your gun.
He just took, wait, I thought that was over. I thought I could say pepper spray.
Well, can you explain why you did or didn't actually use deadly force?
He didn't have a weapon.
Okay.
He was not armed.
That guy looked like a fairly strong, big guy. He had speed coming at you, closing that distance. Would it fit under 3? Would it not?
Yeah, I guess it does. I was just trying to be nice. I'm a person who likes to diffuse situations by talking. It's bizarre to be in scenarios with people who are in different mental states or don't want to comply or listen and have to use a weapon to make others safe. That just feels weird.
This is Whitey Brown, who is wanted for bank fraud. He has no criminal history and is not known to carry a firearm. Other agents are
Bank
behind
robbers.
this.
FBI, put your hands up. Don't move.
Oh, hi. If you're looking for Whitey, he's right inside. I'm just an agent. Gotta go.
Don't move. Okay. I don't think I should have shot him. Wait, is he coming back? Oh my God. I'm going after him. We're running after him.
It's okay. Go ahead and holster. Okay.
I hate this so much.
At this point, you were going to shoot at anything. You were primed to go. I wanted to throw that in there to see if you could process enough of the deadly force policy that you realize, yeah, he doesn't have a weapon. I have no reason to believe he has a weapon right now. We're preparing them for Hogan's Alley. The nightmare scenario for me is
The trainer tried to trick her. So would she have been justified if she would have shot the guy that looks like a milkman? Would she have been justified? Watch. So if she would have shot that guy that went right away, which one of those 4 things I gave you would she have been justified under? 3? 4? He was fleeing from a violent crime? No, he put the flag up, huh? The last one was what? Even if he's unarmed, he's fleeing from a violent crime where he's inflicted great bodily harm or injury on somebody. 2 was he's armed, right? He's armed. We didn't see any weapon on him, right? So that 2 wouldn't work. 1 wouldn't work. 3 maybe, but he didn't show. He wasn't trying to inflict bodily harm on the agent. He was just getting away, right? So basically, an unarmed person trying to get away from a nonviolent. We don't know. Well, so you can't. She would not have been justified to shoot, to shoot him, right? Remember Tennessee versus Garner, Supreme Court case? That's a perfect example. You can't shoot a fleeing felon unless they pose an imminent threat to others. Now, if he would have, attacked, hurt somebody or whatever, and then was fleeing, then you probably would be covered under that last one. So she threw that in there to try and trick her because, 1 minute she's got a guy running her with a knife or, coming at her. And the next one is, so these are what they call shoot, don't shoot scenarios. Do you shoot or do you not shoot? Okay. So she probably didn't do so well on the one before this, but this one, She probably passed on that one. She passed on that one because he was unarmed and just trying to get away. We'll catch him eventually.
Legal instructor is I have a student who they're not confident on the deadly force policy and they hesitate. They get killed, they get shot, or they get someone else killed or shot. You need them to be able to make the decision split second.
It's interesting because when you're in there looking at a screen, it still feels very high stakes. My heart rate went up, I was nervous. There was one scenario where I just froze.
Right, that'll happen. It really changes your outlook on certain situations. You'll see a situation now in the news where an officer either took a shot or didn't take a shot, and you'll know what they dealt with.
Yeah.
And oftentimes, it's not so clear. That's why a lot of the scenarios are vague. If that person had had a gun and wanted to do that officer harm, and that officer hesitates, then the officer's dead.
Welcome to TVOC. That's the Tactical Emergency Vehicle Operations Center. What we're going to have you do is drive a couple of the exercises that we have new agents go through.
For the police academy training, we were in a parking lot and there were cones. This one is an actual driving course with obstructions built in, so I think it's going to be a bit more intense.
All right, so this is our actual track, just over 1 mile long. We have a series of S-turns and blind hills.
I just realized none of my mirrors are fixed.
That's fine.
I don't need mirrors?
Not for this. As a training vehicle, we keep all the mirrors tucked in to focus on the other things.
Oh my God.
You want to put it in park?
What happened?
So that would be a pit maneuver. That is a technique that law enforcement uses in case you are in a pursuit and you need to stop a subject.
Wait, is this where you took the...
You guys see what they did over there? That's so funny. Nobody's laughing. How come nobody? Somebody at home you better be laughing, okay? What did they do to her? They pranked her, right? Go take her out on a high-speed course. They tucked her mirrors in so she couldn't see the car coming, and they pit maneuvered her. Maneuvered her. Wow, it's hard to say. They pitted her. That's when you've seen it on chases, right? Where they push the back end of the car and it spins out. They just pitted her without telling her they were going to do it. Those crazy FBI agents.
Mirrors away?
We did.
Oh my God! I thought that I hit a cone and that I broke the cone.
Go ahead and start it back up, put it in drive.
Do you
we'll make a
usually
left.
surprise agents with that?
Never, no. That's an advanced thing that we do for the overseas school.
Dude! Scared the out of me. Oh my God.
Your hands are on the wheel, but you have absolutely no control of that car. It's pretty scary.
It is.
I love watching the pit maneuver done on these helicopter cams. When they have the space to do it properly, it works every time.
Hi, my name is Ryan Bell. I'm an instructor here at TVOC. This is simulating a panic situation. So you're going down the road, something happens in front of you, you have to steer around it. So you're going to be launching from down where that car is.
Launching?
What do you think one of the problems is with pit maneuver when they do it? You have to be very careful where they do it. Why? Yeah. Well, so yeah, they want to make sure they do it somewhere because the car's going to be out of control, right? That's going to spin out. They want to make sure that they don't injure somebody, innocent civilians.
We call it launching. So you're going to start your drive from there. We have two different ones. We have ABS or analog braking system. So you're going to get up to about 50 miles an hour. Engage ABS aggressively and then steer around those cones. One of those is going to go red, so you need to go to the green lane. Normally you're supposed to go to the green. You went the wrong way there.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Mr. Benedict, you want to set up for lane change? Lane change is going to be almost opposite. You're going to just avoid going to the brakes. Lift off the gas, smoothly steer to the green lane.
Woo! Okay.
Michelle, if you're all set, 50 miles an hour, go for green.
Giddy up. Oh my God, I hate this.
There's 25. There's your speed, level off, eyes are up. Don't go to the brakes yet. Way early to the brakes. Full stop, full stop, full stop.
Go ahead and get back in launch position, set up again. Wait for those lights to change, then go to the brake.
All right.
All right,
I can do this.
50
Here we
miles
go.
per hour.
Oh my freaking
We haven't had any
goodness.
rollovers yet.
Shut up.
Good, way to keep those eyes up.
All right, nicely done. Let's take it on out.
Thank you. I did not breathe that entire time.
You may want to do that.
All right, so now we've decided we can't get the car stopped in time because we just don't have enough room between us and the vehicle in front of us. Now we're just gonna have nice smooth steering into another safe lane of travel.
Okay. These split-second decisions you'll have to make are freaking crazy.
You got this.
I got this. Woo!
Good. Just like that. Nice job.
Like a pro, nice job. You may have a future in the FBI.
Oh my God.
There's some cone damage. Now we're out with what we call the stress obstacle range. Or
Stress obstacle
the
range?
stress obstacle range. You'll notice we brought a truck in. We're gonna have you start inside the vehicle. You'll engage those targets, and then you'll come outside the vehicle and run the obstacle course. We do this so that we get your heart rate up and get a little stress going.
I've never done something like this
It is.
while
You're gonna make
shooting a light
different
gun.
obstacle course.
Fine.
This is
It's
crazy.
All right, 3 on each one. Ready, and fire. Slow down a little bit, get your hits. Focus on that front sight, there you go. There you go, finger off the trigger, step out, holster, and let's head to the next one.
As you move through your firearms training, it gets more physical. You're moving, you're looking at cover, and your heart's racing. You may be in a scenario where you're shooting and you're running from one car to another, and your heart's gonna be racing. So if you don't have that base fitness level, if you're not in good shape, your use of that firearm is gonna be diminished.
This is an obstacle wall.
Get that front sight, slack out, and a good press. Nice, go to the next one. There you go. Now let's go up to the front one.
Dang.
Put that orange dot right on there. Reload. Get behind cover when you reload, right? Drop the slide. Now we'll stem back out. There we go. Nice, good press, nice and easy. There you go. One more plate. You got this. Raise it up.
So much harder when you have your heart rate up.
Those are 6-inch plates. They're a lot harder to hit
Yes.
than the bigger torsos.
And I'm just trying to imagine people moving.
Yeah, at least these targets are stationary.
Yeah.
Right? They're not shooting back at you.
My name's Sam Benson. I'm a supervisory special agent here at the Academy. We're going to work on an action versus reaction drill. You're going to be up on your gun, prepared to take a shot if necessary, and the other guy is going to have a gun in his hand just sitting at his side. You are going to be giving him commands, telling him FBI don't move. When I give him a thumbs up, he is going to initiate the gunfight, and I want you to engage him with one round as fast as you possibly can. If you don't take the shot when it's necessary, you're increasing the risk to yourself and potentially to other people.
Does it hurt to get hit?
Do you want me to tell you the truth?
Yeah.
Yes, it hurts. Stand and fight.
I want to do this. Okay. I just feel like I'm going to lose. I'm going against a literal FBI agent.
You'll be fine. He's not that good.
Not that good.
Come up to the, there you go.
I don't
Good.
like, this makes me feel so
Present the weapon
uncomfortable.
all the way out, finger off the trigger. At his first movement, you engage the target.
I this feels so
Are you
weird.
ready? Start giving commands.
FBI, put your gun down. Put it down. Put it down now.
Do you have command
Stay on your
presence?
gun. Stay on your gun.
Oh, you look
Good.
for it?
Good. Go ahead and holster.
I didn't even hit him.
You got hit? Where'd you get hit?
I'm right here.
In the leg?
Yeah.
The action-reaction exercise really brought the shoot-don't-shoot scenario to life for me in a new way. It is scary when there is a real-life human being in front of you and you have to decide, do I pull this trigger or do I not? The exercise really taught me that when someone has a weapon in their hands, they are the ones in control if I don't shoot first or if I don't de-escalate them as quickly as possible.
Did you want to do it again?
No.
You sure?
I'll do it with you.
Oh. The only secret is don't move and go to the trigger. You're still not going to win, but your first round's at least going to be accurate.
Jesus Christ.
Are you ready? Go ahead and pull your weapon.
It feels so awkward. You know what I mean? Pointing a gun at someone else.
I know, it feels awkward. It's not natural to shoot other human beings. Keep your finger off the trigger. Give her commands.
Get on the ground. FBI. FBI.
Better. Did you get hit? Yeah. Good. Did you get hit?
I don't think so. What I learned from the second round is no matter who's holding the gun, they can pose a threat. Even though she wasn't professionally trained, she was still able to get a shot off first.
She was faster than you were, but she was inaccurate with her round. You were accurate with yours. That's a win for us. The fighting mindset is everything. Understanding that, yes, it's going to hurt. I'm gonna make her move and flinch rather than me move and flinch.
This is all about getting someone to comply with your commands, right? Most people don't want to go to jail and won't go voluntarily. If they don't have a weapon or if they don't pose a deadly threat to you, you can't use deadly force against them. So you have to use less than lethal force.
We're going to do an active takedown of an individual. We like to cuff people face down on the ground. However, a lot of times when we're doing that, they tend to cover up their arms. If I'm just pulling on this arm, I'm never gonna get that out. I've got my knee. I put it small as his back. Take my hands down, pull it up and expose. Now, I exert some pressure on his chin. Arms out like a T, sir. Arms out like a T. I want to make it so he wants to get his arms out to alleviate pressure. One person tends to usually work the upper body, one person tends to usually work the lower body. We're going to have you working the upper body aspect of it. Mrs. Warden is going to issue commands to Mr. Kemp. The person will not be armed. I will not tell you what level of compliance he will be. So he might go easy, he might go hard. All right, make it happen, guys.
FBI arrest warrant. Hands in the air. You got the wrong person. Come with us today.
No, I'm not.
Alright.
You guys gonna shoot?
Yes, sir. We're gonna take him in. Go. I'll load and go high.
Nope. What is this? What are you guys doing? Get off of me!
Pull forward.
Remember, Michelle, talk to your partner. The knee in his back. There you go, good.
Put your hands out to a T. Hands out to a T.
Maintain control of that chin with your right hand, remember? That way we keep the pressure on. Remember, we gotta pin that shoulder down a bit better, Michelle. Otherwise, we can do it. Quick, go back to work. Get back to work. There you go. Get into that position.
Hands out to a T.
All right, now grab his wrist. Pin that shoulder.
Shut up. Bring your right hand to the small of your back.
Now go ahead and get him cuffed up.
Okay, I have one cuff on. I'm doing the second one now. Okay, it's on.
Okay, relax, guys, relax.
I lost my shoe.
But you stayed in the fight, right? You stayed in the fight, because guess what? The shoe's not important. Who is it who told him to shut up? Was he?
That was me.
Don't get baited into a conversation with him. You should be talking to your partner about what's about your surroundings and what people are doing. A lot of people are recording, okay? So we have to be a level of professionalism at all times.
Do you think I have what it takes to be an FBI agent?
One of the hallmarks of being an FBI agent is being able to perform well under extreme physical stress. The training takes you to a certain point, but really the proof is Hogan's Alley. Until you go through it, you don't know what it feels like.
Hogan's Alley is not a law enforcement friendly area. The bank gets robbed 7 times a week.
It's a fake town, like the Hollywood set, but it's populated by real people.
It forces you to draw from all of your training, your legal, your tactical, even your firearms training.
Your body's gonna respond to this stress. Your heart rate is gonna elevate. You're gonna start breathing really, really hard. At any point, you've gotta be prepared to deal deadly force.
Okay, so what happens now? I don't like this. I don't like your surprises. I don't like anything about this.
All right, so 101st Street, there's a woman there named Liz Gursky. We got a tip that Jen Mendoza, person we have a warrant for wire fraud, has been staying with Liz Gursky.
The location is a third-party residence, which means we just can't go in and arrest the person. So Michelle needs to ask questions of the homeowner, establish the appropriate authority for her to be able to go in and actually apprehend the subject.
When you are out here, everything is in play. People at that house, people down the street, they're all in play. All right, you guys ready? All right, let's go deliver some justice.
Hi, Elizabeth. My name is Michelle Carre, and we're with the FBI. Mind if we chat for a minute?
I haven't done anything wrong. I don't know why the FBI
Oh, you're
is on my
totally
doorstep,
fine.
like-
You're totally fine.
Okay.
You're totally fine. We're looking for someone named Jen Mendoza.
Why?
We have a warrant for her arrest.
Bye-bye.
Jennifer rents a room from me. She
She works like late, so she's probably sleeping.
But she's home right now.
I don't know for sure. I mean, she probably is usually home around this time, but I don't know. Like,
Does
Bye-bye.
anyone come inside
Bye-bye.
and take a look and maybe say hi to her?
Thank you very much, La Quinta High School. Students, you may return to your next period class. We are all clear. Again, students, you may return to your next period class. We are all clear. Thank you.
T. Give it another minute and then we'll get going. All right, let's just go ahead and get going here. Before I forget this, tomorrow I will be proctoring the science test, so I will not be in the Zoom room, Zoom at all. So what you need to do is during the period, go to your Google Classroom and sign in on the attendance sheet. That's how we're gonna take attendance for tomorrow. So tomorrow, don't even worry about coming into Zoom. Just go into Google Classroom, fill out the attendance form and make sure you submit it, okay? Any questions about tomorrow? It's only for tomorrow, okay? And then you guys can go ahead and do what you need to do to catch up, all right? Tomorrow's, again, will be a catch-up day. But you'd still have to fill out the attendance form in order for your attendance to be counted. All right. Now that we got that out of the way, last time I gave you guys an e-text assignment, and remember, every time we have an e-text assignment, we have a quiz the next time we meet. So, but before we do that, I'll go ahead and go over the topics that you'll need to know, even though you're supposed to know this from the reading. All right, so let's go ahead and let me go ahead and turn off the lights for the people that are in here. Okay, so let me go ahead and share my screen here. Marie, you don't need to be in Zoom when you're in the class. So don't worry about being in Zoom when you're in class, okay? Okay, so let's go ahead and share the screen here. Share. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and do the review topics here. All right. Okay, so here we go. Okay, first off, it says select the answer choice with the words that complete the paragraph. Now, oxygen is in a 2-liter container. It's moved to a 1-liter container. So you're going from a bigger container to a smaller container. So that means your volume is also less, right? So based on the kinetic theory of gases, the number of collisions will do what? Well, now you got less space. Because you have less space, you're going to start hitting each other. The molecules are going to start hitting each other more often. So the collisions will increase. All right. So from our choices, we know it has to be either A or C. All right. A or C. The pressure inside the 1-liter cylinder, well, now you've made it smaller. Remember how the volume and pressure relate. Put the person in. Volume pressure are what we call inversely related. So when one goes up, the other one goes down. So now that the volume goes down, the pressure has to increase. So the pressure inside the 1-liter will be greater than the pressure that was in the 2-liter. So therefore, it has to be letter A. That has to be the correct answer. Okay. Now, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, and nitrogen dioxide are low molecular weight covalent compounds. Which of the following best describes the state in which these compounds exist at standard temperature and pressure? Now, here, if it's covalently bonded substances, they're most likely going to be gas, and especially if they're low weight. So here, with the choices that you're given, the answer has to be gas. Carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, and nitrogen dioxide are all gases. Okay. The pressure of gases depends on what factors? It depends on 3 factors. It's going to be the temperature, the number of molecules or the amount of gas, and also the volume. All right. So there you go. There's your 3 things. Pressure of gas depends on temperature, the amount of the gas, and the volume of the container. All right. Okay, when glass shatters, the fragments are irregular, jagged shapes, which of the following describes the solid state of the glass. Now, if you read the e-text, it tells you if the structures are crystalline in structure, they'll be flat surfaces. If it's hexagonal, you have hexagonal surfaces. If it's cubic, you would have like square surfaces. However, it's jagged and irregular, it's going to be amorphous. So the answer would be amorphous. Okay. Finally, this last question here, it says a scientist conducts an experiment to find the average kinetic energy of water at 20 degrees Celsius and at 60 degrees Celsius. The figure shows the energy distribution curve when he uses 1 liter of water. When he uses 2 liters of water at 20 degrees Celsius, 60 degrees Celsius, the profile of the energy distribution curve remains identical. The experiment was carried out at constant atmospheric pressure. The observations suggest the average kinetic energy depends on which of the following. Well, if they change the amount of water, right? Instead of, he went from 1 liter to 2 liter, it didn't change anything. So therefore, the energy distribution does not depend on the number of molecules or the volume, right? The molecules or the volume. Now, this is kept at constant atmospheric pressure. So therefore, pressure does not come into it. However, if you look at the temperature, the 2 temperature curves, this one is at 20 degrees Celsius and this one is 60 degrees Celsius. There is a change. At 20 degrees Celsius, there are more molecules in the in the lower kinetic energy range. And then when you increase the temperature, there's more molecules in the higher kinetic energy. So now we can see that it is temperature dependent. There you go. All right. So those are the topics that you will need. Okay, so this is what I want everyone to do, including the people that are in the classroom here. Everyone go to Google Classroom. All right, there should be now 3 things that are in Google Classroom right now. One of them is quiz, states of matter. So everyone, please go to your Google Classroom and do the quiz, states of matter. I'll give you until 10:30. All right. Please go to Google Classroom and do the quiz. Okay, Emily, you need to go to Google Classroom and do the quiz, states of matter. We're going to continue on at 10:30, so try to get it done quickly. Okay, you guys should have finished by now. If you haven't finished, just try to finish it whenever you can. For the rest of the period, there's 2 other assignments in Google Classroom. You should be able to finish both assignments before the end of the period. One of them is, take a look, called animation phase transitions. You watch the animation for, I think it's like 3-minute animation, then you answer 3 questions on it. And then there's the e-text for the phase changes. All right, you should be able to read that and get that done before the end of the period, so that way you don't have any homework. This is due by midnight tonight. If you don't get it done by midnight tonight, you'll need to email me that you did it if you don't do it after midnight tonight. If you do it after midnight tonight, because it will be considered late, and then you have and then the normal 2-week process there. Okay, does anyone have any questions for me? Count of 5. Okay. Right. If there's no questions, for those of you guys that are on Zoom, you're free to leave to go do your work. Please get it done in by tonight. Remember, tomorrow you don't need to come into Zoom. Just fill out the attendance sheet in Google Classroom. I will send out an email as a reminder to everybody. Everybody else that's in here, get the work done. So that way you don't have any work to do at home. You can easily get it done in here before you leave. If you don't have any questions for